Hi folks, we are here at the historic Falkirk, which is that beautiful building that stands behind me here. The town itself was named after this church, and the Anglican name Falkirk is a mistake. It should actually be pronounced Falkirk, F-A-K-I-R-K. And the reason we're here is this thing here, which is the tomb of Sir John de Graeme. After the Battle of Falkirk in 1298, legend says that Sir William Wallace went back to the bloody battlefield and picked up the remains of his best friend and carried him here to this kirk where he could be given a proper burial. So was Sir John Stewart, which I'll show you in a minute, but let's just go and have a look at the tomb itself. Over the centuries, each generation has added something different to the tomb, so that's why we've got this spectacular layered effect. And just over 100 years ago, an order called the Order of Oddfellows paid for this spectacular Victorian wrought iron cage to be put on, and a replica of Sir John de Graeme's supposed sword, which is this one here. If you follow me for a minute, because the graveyard itself is home to many different things linked to the Battle of Falkirk in 1298. I say 1298 because there was two battles, one in 1746 with the Jacobites, but that's another story. This one here is a monument to the men of Bute. The Battle of Falkirk, 600 men from the Isle of Bute came over with Sir John Stewart. And just get in focus. Not one single one of those 600 men returned to the Isle. And just to put that into perspective, that's most likely every man of age dying on the island. So that's a pretty disastrous result for the Isle of Bute. Massive sacrifice in the name of Scottish sovereignty. But they believed in what the cause was, and they believed in Wallace. They didn't die because someone forced them to fight, they died because they believed in the cause. And lastly here is the grave, the medieval grave of Sir John Stewart. Now John Stewart is quite an interesting character. He's the uncle of Scotland's greatest knight, Sir James Douglas, or as some people know him better as, the Black Douglas. And he's also related through one line of descent very, very, very distantly to the current monarch of these Isles. So he's actually quite an interesting fellow, and that's his grave. So that basically brings an end to this kind of virtual tour, if you will, of the historic graveyard in Falkirk. We'll just finish off with a few bits and pieces. First off is this beautiful carving into the ground. Hopefully you can pick it up. It reads, "This morning I knelt at the tomb of Sir John de Graeme, the gallant friend of the immortal Wallace. Robert Burns, 26th of August 1787. That's right, Robert Burns visited the tomb, paid his respects to the great warrior before he headed over to the famous Carn Ironworks. The last thing I'm going to do here, simply because I feel that it's the right thing to do, is just lay a little thistle for John. After all, next month there's a good possibility that we might not be able to do anything at all to to pay respects for the sacrifices given at the Battle of Falkirk. So, from the historic Falkirk, I'll leave it at that, and if you have a chance, come up and visit the graveyard. There is many different tombs and graves, some Jacobite graves, some earls. If you're interested in an Outlander kind of scenario, there's links to that in the graveyard as well. So, well, I say not to Outlander, but that period of time. But yeah, pay you visit, and hopefully I'll see you around. Take care.